Let's talk about monitoring rankings within the People Also Ask box. So if we scroll up and turn off Nozzle Vision. Okay, so these 4 questions, they each have an answer. And if you click on the drop down, it opens up. And you can see that in the example of this second question, wordstream.com ranks. And so we want to be able to know which domains or URLs rank within all of the questions across all of the People Also Ask boxes, across all of the keywords that you're tracking. So if we go over to the Share a Voice dashboard, and if we change the roll up to domain so that we're analyzing all the domains that have listings for these 562 keywords in this keyword group, and we change the segment to ranking within People Also Ask, so that we're specifically only looking at the rankings within the People Also Ask box. If you scroll down, the important columns to pay attention to is the domain column, the keywords column, and the keyword change column. What this is telling us is that keyword-tools.org has 146, they show up 146 times as an answer to one of the questions across all these 562 SERPs. And Mangools shows up 93 times, Linko 79. And most of these other columns are not very useful when you have this custom segment on, so just ignore all those. The main thing is we're trying to just see which of our competitors own all of these positions inside the People Also Ask boxes. Furthermore, if you look at the results column, this 146 will tell us if a domain shows up more than once. So a result is each time the domain shows up, and so in the PAA specifically, since that's the segment we're looking at, that means if you show up more than once, this number would be slightly higher than the total number of keywords. And so, for example, if you look at, say, WordStream, we looked at them earlier, they show up 30 times across all these 562 keywords. They show up in 30 of the SERPs, but they show up 32 times. So 2 of the SERPs, they have 2 listings. They're the answer to 2 of the questions. And so if we click this keywords number here, it will drill into the by keyword dashboard, specifically looking at the wordstream.com domains, again for the same segment. So now we're still only looking at rankings within People Also Ask. And these are the keywords that wordstream.com shows up for inside the PAA. And in the rank column, it tells us where the People Also Ask box is ranked in that SERP. So 2 means the second position, so there must be an organic and then PAA box in the second position. And in this case, 4, so there's 3 organics and then a PAA. And then the second number here in the rank column is what we call item rank. Well, I'll explain item rank when I click on the next screen, but real quick, if you scroll over and look at the results column, and if we sort by results, well, now we can see the 2 keywords that contain the WordStream shows up twice for in the People Also Ask box. And so it's the same keyword phrase, but on different device, so on mobile and desktop. And so if we click on the desktop one and go over, I have it open already over here so that we can look at item rank specifically. So we see inside this one listing, there's 4 questions, and if I was to open it up, there's 4 answers. So there's 8 items. And so we give the questions item rank 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we give the answers item rank 5, 6, 7, and 8. And if we look at up here in the table view, if by default it's collapsed, so if we click expand, you'll see the People Also Ask box is rank number 2. And you got the first answer is item rank 5, second answer is item rank 6, third answer is item rank 7, and fourth answer is item rank 8. So anyway, we give an item rank to every single item that you can click on inside of a listing. Same thing with these site links, for example. You can see item rank 1, 2, 3, 4. But anyway, now that we're looking at a single keyword view, we're looking at where WordStream ranks in the People Also Ask for search ranking tools on desktop. And this historical view shows us that they've been showing up in the PAA, no matter where the PAA box shows up at. So when it's ranked number 2 or when it's ranked number 5 or ranked number 4. This is saying that wordstream.com is always in the PAA box because that's the domain we're asking to analyze. If we look at, say, the last 90 days, let's see if there was a time. Let's just get more data points in here. Let's see if there's a time where WordStream didn't show up in the PAA box. And so when it drops to 101, that doesn't mean the People Also Ask box disappears. It means that WordStream didn't show up in the People Also Ask box on that date. And so if we open up, say, July 24th, so let's just do compare history and go to July 24th. So now we're looking at July 24th versus September 8th. And so the People Also Ask box is in the second position, but if we look up here, you can see that monsterinsights.com and backlinko.com, wpbeginner.com, and seoability.net, those are the 4 ranking answers on that date, and that's why it shows as 101 here, because I'm analyzing wordstream.com, and they didn't show up that date. So you can get a good feel for how often your site shows up in the PAAs over time. I mean, you can change this to analyze a whole year if you have a year's worth of data in Nozzle, and see if you've been dropping out. Looks like this keyword's only been tracked since May 29th. But you can see that WordStream, for the most part, they are in the PAA almost every day. If you change this to say, any other domain you want to analyze, any of your competitors. So let's see, backlinko.com shows up. They show up some of the time, but you can see that they drop off a lot of times. And most recently, they haven't been showing up in the People Also Ask since August 8th. So anyway, you can analyze any domain you want, any competitor or your own site, and see how you're ranking within the People Also Ask box. The last thing is if you click on the By URL dashboard, I'm analyzing backlinko.com still. I could change it to any domain, but this will tell me which of this domain's URLs are the ones showing up in the People Also Ask boxes for these keywords. And you can see that this blog post, Rank High on Google, shows up. That's the URL that shows up 148 times, and then this SEO SERPs page shows up 23 times, Keyword Research Tools 13 times. So this way you can analyze any competitor and see, well, which of their URLs are doing the best, showing up in People Also Ask, and therefore you might want to go analyze those specific URLs to see what they're doing to get ideas of what you need to do to compete. So I'm just, as an example, I changed it to Search Engine Land. You can see this is the URL that shows up 20 times, and this URL shows up 15 times. So now you can analyze any of the domains or URLs that show up the most in the People Also Ask box. And I guess now that I say that, you could actually go back to the Share a Voice dashboard, and if you change this rollup to URL, now in this table below, we'll see the URLs that show up the most in the People Also Ask boxes rather than just the domain. So this keyword-tools.org and softwaretestinghelp.com, these specific URLs are the ones that show up the most across this keyword group. So that gives you a really good indication on who's doing the best, which of your competitors do you need to analyze to compete better. And also, this is a great report over time. If you're working on gaining those People Also Ask rankings, this is a great way to see and report on if you're moving up. So if you are backlinko.com, this URL has gained 30 PAA rankings since August 10th. So you can show that your site's moving up and which of your competitors are moving down over a specific date range. So if I was to change this date range to 90 days, then I would be analyzing the change in rankings in the People Also Ask box from 90 days ago versus today. And that is all you need to know about monitoring rankings within the People Also Ask boxes.